What is going on, guys? I am back with another Infusionsoft tip du jour. So this is a quick and simple tip to hopefully simplify your life when building campaigns. In this particular scenario, I'm solving a relatively common situation, but it happens to have been raised by my friend Pam. She is also an OG member, so she asked this question this morning, and I thought I would document the answer in case it helps you as well. So Pam has a campaign. And it starts with either tag A or tag B, and then it launches people into a sequence or several sequences full of lots of stuff. Okay, here's the key though. This campaign starts whether they get tag A or tag B, but she really only needs them to go through this sequence once. So what we want to do is run those actions the first time they get the tag. But then the second time, what's happening is it's also adding them to the campaign and they're going through it again. So in order to solve this, we need to add an empty sequence here. And there's actually a few ways to solve this, but I'm just going to address one. So we'll just put this sequence here and we'll put empty. And you can hear Gatsby coughing in the background there, but we don't actually need the sequence itself. But we need the sequence so that we can create a decision diamond, right? So the first time they come through, we want to use this decision diamond to put them in here. And then the second time they come through, we want to route them into here. Now, traditionally, with a campaign like this, you would want to tag them in this sequence and then look for that tag to pull them out, right? To make sure that they don't re-enter that. That is oftentimes called an entry filter, and it can be used to prevent people from going through a campaign a second time. Now, I don't want to create any unnecessary tags, so there's actually a way to do this using just the tags A and B that we already have. So we've got our two sequences, sequence full of stuff and empty. So when we open this to configure the rules, for a sequence full of stuff, we want to set it up so it says if the contacts tags contain, and we'll do tag A, and if the contacts tags doesn't contain tag B. Right? So that would mean that they have just gotten tag A, but they don't yet have tag B. And then the alternative would be if the contacts tags contain tag B, and this is just going to be the inverse of that, and if the contacts tags doesn't contain tag A, and then of course the rules for empty would be if they have both, right? So that would mean that they had already been through once and they had just gotten the second tag. So we'll do if the contacts tags contain tag A, and if the contacts tags contain tag B. Now, we don't need this kind of covers all the permutations. They'll either have A but not B, or B but not A, or they'll have both. Because they won't be going through this decision diamond unless they have at least one of those tags, right? So they won't be in this campaign if they have no tags, right? So as much as decision diamonds are valuable, they are sort of an Achilles heel of mine. So my best practice is to always, always, always test your rules. So let's do tag A. If they just have tag A, they should go to the sequence full of stuff, and they do. If they just have tag B, they should go to the sequence full of stuff, and they do. And if they have tag B and they also have tag A, okay, so let's do tag A and tag B, they should go to the empty sequence, and they do. Okay, so we've got our rules set up properly there. That is how I think I would solve this. The alternative solution, which I actually built out first, is a little more convoluted, and it actually looks just like this. So what I did was I separated the two goals. So tag A and tag B are separate goals. You can see they both feed into the sequence full of stuff. The difference is the tag A, it looks to see, hey, do they already have tag B? And if they do, it means they were already in this sequence, so it routes them up to empty. If they get tag A and they didn't have tag B, it puts them in here. And then tag B works the same way. If they get tag B and they already have been in this sequence, it puts them down into empty. But if they have not, it routes them to the sequence full of stuff. So the reason I liked that was just because it keeps my rules a lot simpler, right? And in the scenario like this, where we just have tag A and B, this is easy enough to configure. But if you end up with multiple permutations of that or more complex rule structures, sometimes breaking it out to isolate the decision diamonds just keeps it easier for us to keep track of. So that is it for today's tip du jour. I hope this was valuable for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below the video. Or if you know someone for whom this would be beneficial, feel free to share it with them and give me a shout out. Thanks, guys. See ya.